I think I learned more in the amount of time I've been working on the doctorate. I think I've learned more from my students than I have from the coursework in the doctorate, and it was all good stuff. But the experience of teaching and the experience of working with students is much more valuable than the experience of working with academics in an academic world, because that's not reality. Working with your students and producing shows, that's reality. That's getting out there and doing it, and that's a lot more fun too.
Dat, 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 dat.
Yeah, I think they learn a lot more than band while they're in the band, a lot more than just music. Yeah, I think they learn how to be responsible and accountable. You wouldn't believe how many students I've had come to me and say, look, the thing that got me through school was being in the band, because it's the only place I had structure in my life. Once I left home, I had no structure except when I went to band rehearsal. And the skills I learned there, I applied to other areas in college, and I got out of school. We have our share of students who are less than scholarly, shall we say. And but to get through college, you don't have to be scholarly. You don't have to be smart. You have to be savvy. You have to develop skills that will allow you to be successful and have good common sense and good discretion and make good decisions. And they can do that in band. I think band's a lot more important in other ways than music. Than music. Music, we tend to think of ourselves as a musical organization, but oftentimes that's a minuscule part of what we do. It's the relationships and the learning and the dependability and the responsibility. Those type things are even more important than music. Yeah, it's important to learn how to be a follower too. Be a good team member. You don't have to be in charge all the time, but fulfill that responsibility and support whoever is in charge. Yeah. That makes you a valuable member of a team in life, in a business, anywhere. It really does.
Evan, too close to the line. Thank you.
Making this younger generation of students, student musicians, college students, realize that they're picking up on a lot more than just band. They're learning life skills. And the people they're going to believe and the people they're going to instill that in them are the alumni. I can tell them all day. Mr. Moyer can tell them all day. You can tell them all day. But they're not going to believe it until somebody who was a regular band member that experienced exactly what they're doing comes back and tells them, I've been where you are and here's what I took from it. That's when they become believers.
To make sure everything gets picked up, look for flip folders, anything that they might leave. You have to have your flip folder tonight. We're going to learn some stands tunes and things that we need just to get us through that pep rally. Auxiliary members, remember, you don't go to the pep rally dressed in anything that says auxiliary. You go change if you're going. Yeah, pep rally is something you need to make your day great. You just need it in your life. Feel free. Anything else? Oh, I know what we got to do. There's an alumni of the band. He's my first cousin named Jeff Hilliard, who's turning 50. Actually, he got kicked out of this band by my dad.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jeff. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you very much.
Now, some of them will tell you that they do, but they don't. There's no way any sane person would get out there and do what we do as a band for 1 credit hour or for any level of scholarship. It means a lot more to them than that. It's the esprit de corps. It's the investment in making sure things go according to plan. And they love performing.
Let me tell you, I will take it out of my finger.
$10. We're going. Do it again. And 1 and 2 and ready go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that different than what we did in rehearsal? Yes. No. For some of us, do the same thing.
What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you looking at?
Baritones.
What about us?
They're coming around like that. That's how they're doing. Almost a complete circle. Trying to create a complete circle.
So who's doing it right?
You go to the left, right? You lunge left and you go to the left. But you start going left, and then you go to the right.
Yeah, you go left and then to the right. You start at 12.
Jesus.
We are stopping at Jesus. Everybody point to where Jesus is. That's where you're stopping. Here we go. Mark time, hut stand.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Up,
Jesus.
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 Okay, I see him. Okay, never mind. Here we go. Everybody together. Here we go.
We do a lot better when we get more effort out of the students, not out of the directors. I can work as hard as I want to, but until I instill it in the students and give them direction, doesn't matter how hard I work. They're the ones who are going to perform. They're the ones who have to learn these skills. They're the ones who have to make it happen. And oftentimes, if you give them the responsibility and give them direction, they'll get it done. And you have to guide them all the time, but they'll get it done. And I've said many times, I think we have the nicest students on the campus right there in the band. And the greatest asset about the UNA band is the quality of people we have in it. I think that's true. They're the type of people who will find a way to get it done. They need guidance, they need direction, sometimes they need explicit direction, but they'll get it done. They're super nice people.
Catch it, run with it.
Okay. All the way
They can
to the
block
other
for you right over here.
Stand by.
Take it right down the sideline.
Hey, can I tape it?
Yeah. If it happens, please.
That'd be great.
Don't do anything dumb. Miss Martell will catch you.
Yeah, so that includes facing this way and not off that way. Going to the right. 1, 2, 3, drop up. It should be almost parallel. Remember, we want parallel. Everybody listen? Pay attention over here, please. Alright. 1, 2, 3, drop parallel. Down, 2, 3, 4, in, 2, 3, 4, play. Okay, everybody got it?
No, not paper. Why are you here again?
Now, Ian's been a great addition to the faculty, and he's brought a lot of experience to the table as far as the band's concerned. It's been a huge benefit for the percussion section. It's opened their eyes, and for our percussion majors, it's opened their eyes to a whole new world of percussion, and he's exposed them to so much in so many different styles. It's broadened the experience of the UNA band, and so yeah, he's been a great asset for our band program and for our music department. I'm glad to have him there. I think we're lucky to have him there.
Right here, you gotta listen and even it out. Right here at y'all's last note, next to last note, y'all gotta really listen, but it got really out of tune. It was just somewhere in here, okay? One more time, and I'm waiting for somebody else.
Who's gonna be for it? Yeah, maybe. It's not bad. Who's gonna be for it? Start line. This is back to your old pregame. Ones that we always did at the beginning of the show. Beginning of the game. Ask somebody if you're not certain. Right now is the time to be asking them. Ask the people behind you to figure out what yard line they're on so you know you're going out at the right place. Ask them how many steps it takes you to get to the sideline. I mean, 32, 28, 24. And then y'all are on the sideline, right? And you don't split. They do and they do, but y'all stay on the sideline. What's your interval, Major Ed?
The auxiliary becoming a part of everything we do in the band, I think what helped that along was just assimilating them into the show more. The auxiliary becoming part of what we do and actually writing them into the drill with the band more. Used to, we would just kind of keep them separate and they were peripheral type groups around the outside. And actually just bringing them inside the drill helps them meet band members. And that's when they start to realize that it's a total group effort, that the auxiliary is, we're not out there for the auxiliary. The auxiliary is not there for the band. It's all group effort. That tends to help.
We play Patton, we go to a drum roll, and that is the national anthem. Superstar Patton national anthem. Let's start with drums. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, drum start. Now the national anthem. When in doubt, lay down in the ensemble. Let's go over the middle section. Middle section. If you need your music, flip it over to the middle section.
The UNA Sportsman's Club is here to present Mark Linder, UNA Director of Athletics, with a check for $75,000. The Sportsman's Club mission is to provide financial assistance to student athletes, the University of North Alabama, and Lion Athletics. Membership in the club provides a variety of benefits such as priority treatment and parking and access to hospitality events. If you would like to become a Sportsman's Club member and further support your UNA Lions, call Atlanta at 765-4185. Thank you, Sportsman's Club. Spencer's field goal from 30 is good. Placed up by Bassett. Roberts with the perfect snap. Don't forget, students, to bring your paying card to all UNA athletic events once we scan your valid paying card.
After that, we got it.
Is that right?
We just had to start 20 seconds before everyone.
20 seconds.
Just 20 seconds before everyone else.
That's the delay between the astronauts on the moon and Earth.
Yeah. We were actually closer, just a little bit.
Don't smile.
Your class is funny. I can't help it. He looks funny.
Just for that 11 minutes.
Do we have any 11-minute
That's what we need. Yeah.
I don't need 5 hours. I only need 11 minutes.
Yeah.
Davenport picks up the back punt. Touchdown, UNA.
I'm Tammy Irons of the Alabama House of Representatives, and this is my history. When I reflect on my time at UNA, I often think of Dr. Ed Jones, who was band director at the time I was a Lionette. Through the band program, I learned much about self-discipline and to be content with nothing short of excellence, principles I have applied throughout my career as an attorney and public servant. How will you make history?
Well, this year's percussion section was unique in the sense that we really had a lot of new folks to the ensemble. And if you look at each of the sections, it was really divided really between older members and returning members and newcomers to the section. And I think, to be honest with you, it occurred to me at one point during the season that this season's new members are really, in my opinion, sort of the next generation or the start of the next generation of the Pride of Dixie percussion section for in the future.
A variety of topics related to a study of history. His current research into touchdown, number 84, Chris Dixon for the touchdown. One after by Spencer is good. Perfect snap by Roberts.
You're trying to kill me.
Dress the floor. Dress it.
Fans, it's time for our first in-game promotion winner.
All right,
Tonight's
sweet.
winner of
So,
Super
good
Steak
warm-up.
Meals and a drink
That was a
from
lot of
Honey
fun.
Baked Ham is Mark Mueller.
Let's make
of
sure,
Wildwood
let's make sure we
Park in
remember the
Florence,
changes,
Alabama.
especially the
Mark
stuff
Mueller
that's in,
signed up at the UNA Bookstore booth located
and all night
behind the
long.
main
I don't want anybody
grandstand. So
screwing
Clark,
that up. That would be
stop
awful.
by the UNA Bookstore
Not really
booth and
dependent
claim
upon
your
us.
prize before the
Really
end of
not
tonight's
need to
game.
not make that bad. Other than that, just be conscious of what's going on behind us. Don't react too much. And rule number one, play a great show.
Hey, how many cameras do we have upstairs?
We have 50,000 bajillion million.
I felt like this had 5.
600 quadrillion. Here we go, whoa pit. On 3, 1, 2, 3, whoa,
Whoa,
pit.
pit.
Touchdown, UNA. Number 12, Antoine Gray on the touchdown reception from Harrison Bay.
And now, to the field director of Drill Major Jacob Powder, the Pride Dixie. 2003, the United States found itself thrust into military action on behalf of freedom and democracy. Many of our friends and neighbors from home, even members of the Pride of Dixie, left the comforts of the United States to serve our country. And now the POD offers a musical tribute and thanks to these brave men and women.
Well, it's probably the most frustrating year I've ever experienced. You know, the band started out like a house of fire. I mean, they had a head of steam. They had momentum. Very enjoyable show. Students enjoyed it. Audience enjoyed it. We were rolling. And then the rain hits, and it doesn't quit. And it slowed us down so much and frustrated the band a great deal. It just took the wind out of our sails, and now we have a second chance to do it, and we're past all the exhibitions. So you feel like kind of like it was a season that never was. We missed 4 exhibition opportunities during all this rain because they got rained out. They had to cancel shows or move the shows to other dates that we couldn't fulfill. And that's frustrating because you don't get to show the product that only these students can put on the field. Only this year can it happen, only with this mix of personalities and talents.
Rushing and carrying, and also threw 12 touchdowns.
So it's nice when a band gets to that point that they can realize some self-actualization of, here we've gotten it this far, now let's mold this show into really something polished and really make it a really fine presentation so we can preserve it on film and you know, in video and just see what were we able to accomplish that year. Because every band's going to be different. Every band's got a different personality, different maturity level, different talent level, and you just try to get everyone to reach their potential. If you can get them to their potential, they're all going to be great. But that's the trick.
Armed Forces. And now, under the field direction of drum major, take a talent, the Pride of Dixie. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we turn our attention to the men and women of the United States military. For over 6 years, the United States has been engaged in military action on 2 fronts. Many of our friends and neighbors, even members of the Pride Dixie Band, left the comforts of their own homes to serve our country. And now, the Pride Dixie offers a musical tribute and thanks to these brave men and women. Dixie.